Right guys, it's called a Juarez Gunslinger. I could never get reshade to work quite right on it. But I had a fix for Call of Duty which increases the stack size on the EXE. And now it seems to work perfectly. It looks really good. So I'll start from the beginning so you can get a gist of the game. I've only pretty much just started again after reformatting my computer, so I'll show you what it looks like in game in a minute.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell. It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Stay here to keep an eye on the road. That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Hell! Shoot that sumbitch!
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Fire at will! Spread out, goddammit! Come on! Get him from the left! They're coming from the rear!
I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
Hey, we have one behind us! Covering fire!
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Get out here! Kill him, for Christ's sake! Kill him! Killing everybody! He can't take us all on! I'm putting you down! Run! But you can't hide forever. I'm done with you. Time to die! Watch out! He's one of them! God damn it, he's right behind us! Where the hell's
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut
Let's
off.
send these some bitches running! You think you can kill me too? Nowhere. I've got this.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah.
Think we're in trouble. Kill him, for Christ's sake! Where'd he come from?
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
He can't take us all on! God damn you!
I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Try aim. Watch your flank!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave,
Deader than a rat in a
and
trap.
upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
I'm putting you down. How about that? Huh? You like that?
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Billy's worth $500. Dead or alive. Kill him.
I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on
I think
coming.
I got one. Where the hell Garrett got it? You can't take them all, huh? Now you're really pissing me off. Son, shoot that bastard.
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Kill him for Christ's sake.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
Poor sons of bitches are done for.
Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Gonna gut you like a fish.
Right. Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach. After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
That was slow.
Now she's trying to protect you. Protect us. From the others, the other spirits. Before Edwin's predecessor bought the house in 2000, it was empty for quite some time. I spoke to him about, have you ever wondered why, after this house being fallow for 20 years, there's no vandalism? That's many. I thought you should know that. Thank you.
Not me.
Has wandered the Victorian house many times before,
Don't seem to be doing anything.
and sensed evil and torment. I knew there was something nasty in the cellar. I knew there was something nasty on the second floor. I knew there was a child who had been abused terribly. Wife, and was still being abused by somebody in the house as a spirit.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
What are we supposed to do then?
So let me start again. I finally reached those damn
We
stables.
should probably get more investigators. Someone could help us figure out what's wrong with this house.
And stepped inside, and
That we were gonna make this work.
last thing I heard was Garrett's voice.
Encountering all these different things.
That's
that were
not
happening.
Billy.
This is our dream home,
And
we're
go
not
on.
gonna give up.
How did it end?
Just not ready.
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Edwin and Lillian decide to hold an open house for paranormal investigators, believing it will help them understand what's happening.
We thought it was a good idea because we were searching for answers. So we allowed them to come in. Hey, John. Hey.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, bastard had clocked me with his coat.
I just told him I have a version of policy in Norwegian words I don't want.
And the kid surrendered when he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Sanctus and Thomas. Sanctus. Sanctus.
A couple in the cellar breaks the rules by sneaking in a paper version of the spirit board.
Well, there you go, guys. It's working perfectly with ray tracing now. It looks really good. So if you want the game just to fix, and I'll send it over. Cheers.